Hey everybody, welcome to another episode where this week we are doing a collaboration with Rob Samples from the UK. We were talking about how we could maybe do some content together, talk about photography. He's a great photographer. And I said, hey, let's talk about sports in the rain and taking pictures because it rains a lot there, doesn't it? And he said, yeah. And I said, hey, let's do like something like in TikTok. Do you know anything about TikTok? If you don't, well, here's an example.
Can I play that now?
No, I'm in the ghetto.
Run.
Did a full 180.
That's pretty much TikTok in a nutshell. Okay, so one of the cool things about TikTok is the duet feature. And that's where they show one video and then on the other side is someone watching the video and seeing their reactions. And so that's what we're gonna do with Rob Samples and myself. I'm gonna watch one of his videos. I'm gonna give feedback and we're gonna, collaborate based on one of his videos. And so it's gonna be fun, so let's give it a shot.
What's up guys, Rob Samples here. How are you guys doing? I hope you are well. Welcome to a new video, and today we are talking about how to photograph in the rain. And by that I mean how to protect your gear in the rain, especially your laptop. It's going to be a good video, I hope. Let's get into it, let's go. Now, anyone who has watched my channel for more than a very short period of time knows that I absolutely hate to photograph in the rain.
Same.
I hate to shoot in the rain, but I've had to do so on many occasions because sometimes you just have no choice. And I think you probably noticed I look happy in pretty much zero of those photos. Now, that's obviously me. I have my wet weather gear, I've got my wet weather jacket, I've got my wet weather trousers, but that's not what we are here to talk about today. We are here to talk about how do you keep your gear dry. And most importantly, the bit that's the biggest challenge in my personal experience, and the bit which I hate and the bit which I find the hardest, is how do you work pitch side in the rain. And I mean using your laptop, using your camera, seamlessly following that workflow, taking your memory cards and everything else. It's an absolute nightmare, but I think I do it in a way that enables me to crack on and do it, which I think is about as positive as I can be about photographing in the rain.
Okay, Rob was probably a little dramatic right there, and I probably had a lot more fun because I know exactly what he feels, man. It seriously sucks.
That sucks really, really bad.
It does. I can't empathize with him any more than I do because, man, every time it's raining, it's like I just don't want to go. And anything that, lightning, please lightning, something. But like I was saying earlier, I get a lot of great shots during snow and rain. Probably more rain. There's not as many games that get played in the snow. This is fun to hear Rob experience and talk about it because, man, I've done a video about it, maybe two, and I talk about my gear and stuff. But let's keep going. This is fun, and I'm going to take this off.
But hey, so the first thing to say is, of course, I want my gear to be in a case that will keep it dry. So whenever the forecast is looking wet or whenever I think it's going to rain, I always take my gear inside the hard case because then I've got the confidence that it will stay dry in here.
So Rob uses that big case for his long lens, and then I just use this bag right here, which is Low Pro, and it has a rain cover. And this is the only bag I'll put all of my gear in. And then I'll put my big lens over my shoulder and bring it from the car into the stadium.
I will always carry two camera rain covers. I have the larger one, which is the matin one. Now this goes over my long lens and camera. It's got the drawstring end so you can do it so it fits nicely around the end of the lens. Fully waterproof. There's no way any rain is getting in through this one whatsoever. Good length, so it would probably fit a 400mm as well. Big clear plastic screen at the back so you can see what you're doing nice and easy.
Okay, I have the medium and the small. The medium will go over my 300 and 400, and the small will go over my 70 to 200.
Easily. And you'll also see the eyepiece kind of pokes through a little hole and clips on outside, so you can use that really comfortably. And then I have the other smaller one, the Optec. This is actually technically a disposable rain cover, but I always carry this one. I find this one just the best size one to use for my Canon and my 70 to 200 lens. Really easy to use. My hand goes in the end. I can just fold that over when it's wet and I don't want to get the rain in there. And I find that's the really easy thing to use.
So I've had to record this a few times because I got some feedback from my wife that I was being a little too negative or maybe a little distracting. Anyway, when we talk about these bags, I seriously have like gobs of these, and Rob's done a really great job of talking about protecting your gear, everything during a rainstorm or snow. And for me, I started going off down the road of why I hate taking pictures in the rain so much, because it really does suck. You know, these things are pretty inexpensive. Seriously, they're like $5, and I've got a bag of them because they're reusable. If you don't tear them, you just put that eyepiece in there for your viewfinder, and they work really well. They protect your gear. The functionality of them is probably the part that I have some issues with. Is when your 70 to 200 is in that bag, it's really hard to focus. It's really hard to actually see the back of your camera to be able to see which shots are good, so you can do some marks, faster ingestion after the game or during breaks. The protection is wonderful. Functionality, I don't know, maybe not so much. I went away from those bags and bought the small tarp that goes across the whole thing, because I can reach up inside and I can focus and turn the focus on my 7200, or you can get in there and it's not enclosed 100% so that you're turning the whole bag. You got to protect your gear, and Rob is 100% right on this. This gear and what he is recommending, that protects it. This next part, this is the part where I've had to re-record a few times because I was super distracting because I've never seen anything like this.
Now, another big thing that I always get asked quite a few questions about is how do you keep your laptop dry, or how do you use your laptop when it's pouring with rain? And the answer is that I use this. This is a Think Tank Pixel Sunscreen version 2.0. This is technically a device for shooting in the sunny weather, and I use it for that too, but I also find it really useful for when I'm shooting in the rain. It folds out really simple. Kind of take the edge off like so, and then it folds out really easy to nearly 5 times probably the size. Let's give you guys a closer look at this over here on the side. So the laptop literally sits inside it, almost like in the little tent. The base is fairly solid, so it's not going to go anywhere. It's got grippers on the bottom too, actually. Nice little hood over the top. You can see the hood kind of pokes out a bit further at the top than at the bottom, so there's no risk any rain's going to get in there unless it's like really kind of beating down from the side with the wind. Crazy. And then inside, the laptop is nice and dry, sits inside there, and you can just crack on and do your bit. There's some clips inside, like in the top. I actually use those for connecting my memory card reader, so it's hanging from above and it's out the way. And also when you're not then actively using the laptop, you can see it's got this little tab, and you literally just pull it down, Velcro it underneath, and then the whole thing sits in its own little cocoon, I guess, so it is bone dry until you need to use it the next time. And I find that really great to use. Not only will it keep your laptop dry inside, you can also kind of tuck your head inside it.
It's a hat.
And then it means that you're totally in there and dry. And there's actually, in the top, there is a rain cover that kind of comes out like a hood. So you can pull this out over your head. So if it is really chucking it down with rain, you could tuck yourself in and pull that right over the top. I might as well make myself look like an idiot and show you guys. So stick your head in. And then you really are encased, totally rainproof, and really handy to use.
Brilliant. Dude, that was so informative. That tent thing, I've never seen that. My mind was blown. That was incredible. So, I mean, I learned stuff from doing this collaboration, and I hope you guys did too. Rob is an incredible photographer. His work is just top notch. So go look at his YouTube channel. I've got it down below. Follow him on Instagram. Go to his website. The dude he's cool. I dig him. I've been talking with him for a long time, and I'm super happy that we finally done this collaboration. He did one on his channel, and he's already posted his. So go check it out. And man, have fun. Go out there and shoot in the rain and get one of those tent hat things. That does not suck. My mind's blown on that. I don't even know. I just gotta go. Just stand it. It's nice on this one because you can, I don't know. I just hate the rain.